Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. It is Satisfaction Saturday. The satisfaction in knowing we're right at the end of the week. God has been so gracious and so merciful to us that we have been blessed throughout this week. I hope that you will enjoy this weekend and hear what God has to say to us all. Our message on today comes to us out of Luke's Gospel, the 5th chapter, verses 27 through 32. It's a very powerful message whereby Jesus calls Levi and he eats with the sinners. It is so important for us to understand that Levi was known as a tax collector. He was one that had his tax booth and he would collect from people. Well, tax collectors were some of the most notorious people that people didn't want to deal with them because sometimes they would overtax you. And so Levi was having this great banquet, and at his house, he had so many other tax collectors, and the people thought it was a great event. But they saw these were the most evil people you could ever meet, because some of them would not only take just your taxes, but they would also charge you an inflation rate so that they could get paid even more. That's the reason why Levi was able to have this big party. Well, while he's having this party, we find out that Jesus is now there, and Jesus is with all of these sinners and tax collectors. Can you imagine the talk? Everybody was talking about how Jesus had gone about doing good, but now he finds himself with tax collectors and sinners. Jesus answered and said to them in this message, when they asked him, "Why are you with tax collectors and sinners?" Jesus says, "Is it not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick? I have not come to call righteous, but the sinners to repentance." Oh, wow. Jesus really knows how to answer a question. He lets them know that I have come to call sinners to repentance. How can you and I reach those who need to be reached if we stay so far from them? Jesus begins to remind us that he likes to be with all people. Jesus came not just for the righteous, but he came for everyone of the world. So you and I must be careful how we begin to view people. We cannot call people sinners when Jesus calls us all sinners. We are all sinners, saved by grace through faith. It is not of works, it's the gift of God. And if Jesus was able to fellowship with these tax collectors and to show them a better way, I think he can do the same with us today. May you and I realize that God can only use us to evangelize people who haven't been evangelized. So we must go places we've never gone. We must see people that we don't know, and we must do things we've never done. We have to be where people can be reached. Today, I hope you and I will not sit in our quote unquote sanctuaries and forget that the work is to be done out in the community, where the people are, where the real things happen in people's lives. Jesus reminds us that he wants to sit with all of us, and there's a place at the table. So why don't you move over and give him a spot, and he'll be happy to share with you his Father's love. May God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. And may we all share the love of God by taking the Lord with us everywhere we go. And I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow in worship at 9 o'clock at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.